a welcome obviously to the Australian Open 2018. This is a day that is filled with anticipation. There is so much to look forward to, of course, for the Australian Open 2018, and we are really waiting here at Melbourne Park to be able to get underway a little bit later this morning. But we are delighted to welcome Uncle Colin Hunter to today's ceremony.
Yeah, thank you. Look, firstly, I want to start off by acknowledging that this morning we are meeting on the lands of our ancestors, the Wurundjeri people. Hello, my name is Colin Hunter Jr. or Willow, meaning possum. A name given to me by my grandmother as a young boy. I'm a proud and passionate seven-generation Wurundjeri man and a direct descendant of Bibbidjan, who was Ngullangeta, or head of the tribe at time at first settlement. And it's through my grandmother, Gumbriar, meaning white dove, or Ronnie Tiny, or Nana, she was known to us mob, that got Aboriginal culture and heritage in my life today. So for that I say thanks, Nan. So Woolmanjeka, welcome. Enjoy the tournament. Thank you.
And I'd now like to welcome the Victorian Minister for Sport, the Honourable John Aaron.
Thanks very much. Can I acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet, and I pay my respects to their elders past and present. Of course, thank you to Uncle Colin. Well, this is the first day of the largest annual sporting event in the Southern Hemisphere, and of course the Australian Open, which draws huge crowds to this wonderful facility. We've been voted as having the best sporting infrastructure in the world, and of course we have many titles: the most livable city, the sporting capital of the world, and of course the major events capital of the nation. The Australian Open, $280 million to our economy, and of course 1,100 jobs throughout the year to make this event the best Grand Slam in the world, and we're proud of that. And I want to thank all of the hundreds of staff, the volunteers, the ball kids behind me who are so excited about this event, and they make it possible. And of course governments, as we do, we invest in these facilities not only for the enjoyment of Victorians, but indeed the billion people that will be watching this event over the next 2 weeks will be focused in on what a wonderful city Melbourne is, and that's what it's all about. There are lots of exciting players, and we've got Alex de Minaur, of course, who actually is the up-and-comer. You know, Ash Barty is on form, and when you consider that Nick Kyrgios, and of course, and also the up-and-comers in Jamie Furless, it's an exciting time. It's fantastic to see there are such a large amount of talented young players coming through the ranks. And we love the Australian Open. It is our biggest event in our calendar, and of course we look forward to this year again breaking the record attendance of 2015. We had 704,000 people attend, record amount. And then in 2016, of course, we had 720,000 people attend. And last year we had, of course, 728,000. And the ticket sales are indicating that we may break that record yet again.
World's top tennis players descend here at Melbourne Park to battle it out for the ultimate prize, and that is the Norman Brooks Challenge Cup and the Daphne Ackhurst Memorial Cup. And to carry these magnificent trophies into this Garden Square at Melbourne Park, please put your hands together for two-time winner, Australian Open champion Boris Becker, and 1968 champion, this year celebrating the 50th anniversary of her Australian Open win, Billie Jean King. Lovely to have you both here. You've carried it in. 1968. You claimed the US Open at that stage, you'd claimed Wimbledon, and then the Australian Open obviously was yours as well. Tell us about the memories.
Well, the great thing about Australia, without Australia and the players and the people, I would have never become #1 in the world. I came down to Australia in '64, become the #1 player, and because of people like Rod Laver, Roy Emerson, Davo, Margaret Court, Robin Eburn, all these different players in Australia. I practiced with them. Mervyn Rose, really it was the first time I had proper coaching. He made such a difference, so I love the people. Warren Jakes was really important, and Bob Mitchell paid for my trip. In the old days we didn't make any money, so I was the last amateur winner, so that was a big zero.
But what a wonderful experience to come here to Australia at that time and now celebrate 50 years.
Yes, it's fantastic. I'm so appreciative, and just to see the improvements over the years is amazing. I haven't been here for 8 years, but Ilana.
I'd like you to look ahead now. The women's draw appears to be very wide open without Serena. The men's obviously have got some returning champions. Where does our winner come from?
No idea. No, that's what makes it so great. I can't wait. The tennis is really going to get started today, and to the players who qualified, congratulations. To the players who did not, next year, because that's rough. I wish everyone the best of luck, and I think it's totally wide open than women's.
Boris, I'll turn my attention to you. 91 and 96, you claimed the titles here. What does the Australian Open mean to you?
Well, a bit similar with you. In 91, I became the #1 player in the world, winning the final against Ivan Lendl. And in 96, winning here became my last Grand Slam I've ever won. So those two championships mean a lot to me, yes.
And
yeah, Australia always brought the best out in everybody. It's the first major of the year. Everybody had a bit of a winter break, eager to come, eager to play tennis, eager to get some sunshine, hopefully one of these days. And my toughest competitor then was always Ivan. It was Ivan, Stefan Edberg, Mats Wilander and others. And that was always the toughest competition. It's a never-ending story. I mean, every year I come back and I have to find a new way to get into the locker room and the players' lounge with the car. I mean, you seem to have a lot of extra money every year to keep investing in the site. So that's great for everybody.
You know what's happened because of it? All the other slams are having to really compete and hustle, and it's because Australia has really set the bar.
certainly done that.
Well, on the men's, I got to go with the defending champion. I think Roger Federer looks a very young 36-year-old. I don't know how he does it. And on the women's side, I would go with Billie Jean. It's wide open. Whoever goes gets the momentum going, the second week can win it, literally.
We've got two ball kids. I'd like to ask Patrick Cartwright and Emma Wong to come forward, and they are going to recite the Ball Kid Pledge. So step right up.
I, Emma Wong, on behalf of all the Vegemite Ball Kids at the Australian Open 2018, vow to uphold the Australian Open Ball Kid tradition of outstanding skill, teamwork and player service. In the true Australian spirit and excitement of this event, I aim to live my Australian Open 2018 experience to the fullest.
I, Patrick Cartwright, will honour and respect my teammates, players, officials, spectators and family alike. May we all enjoy the ultimate Australian tennis experience, each playing our role. I pledge to do my best and look forward to creating many Australian Open memories that will stay with me forever.
World #1. So congratulations to Boris Becker and to Billie Jean King. Minister, if you'd like to come into the middle.
And can we now go one for the ball kids? The ball kids go, but you were brilliant kids. Brilliant.